Right, Lewis, what did you do today?
I got top 4 at the UK Edison Open.
The first one, right?
Yeah, first one.
How did you find it?
Really well. Very much enjoyed myself. Really run really smoothly, and the deck performed as it should.
So you come top 4, right?
Yes.
And you got what? What did you get for top 4?
I got an anti-solemn judgment.
So that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's
better
really good.
than a lot of regionals.
To be fair, even most events like YCS and the judge comp, the actual pricing of it was crazy. Obviously it was a ghost. Was it Edge of Black Rose, wasn't it?
Ghost Black Rose for first,
yeah.
Stratus
for second, and then the third and fourth prize was the judgment, and then they had Ghost Red Dads as well.
Yeah, so it was really good, right? And what did you play for it?
I played DIVA Hero.
DIVA Hero, right? So should we get into it?
Yeah, go on then.
Go on then. So how many cards are in your main deck?
I played 41 main.
Yeah.
I was playing 40, and then I miscounted the day.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah.
All right.
So main one obviously is Caius.
Do you just want to spin it around?
Yeah, absolutely. So the main one, obviously this is your main removal, and it also just allows you to extend into your level 8 synchros plays, which you're going to be playing a lot of.
And it wasn't a burning time, right? Because at the Open we played old time rules, so five turns.
I mean, it's chip damage, which is nice, but a lot of times I was actually finding myself clearing the back row.
Yeah, okay.
To be fair.
Sweet.
Just to obviously play around stuff, because I'm only really going to be doing it when I'm going to be going something like a Stardust or something like that. So if I'm quite sure there's like a dimensional prism, it just helps me with that as well.
You never Caius banished itself for game, yeah?
No. It did actually come up. If it comes up, it comes up, but no, it didn't come up, unfortunately.
Right, sweet.
So we've got some heroes. We've got the best normal in the deck.
Yeah.
Stratos. Obviously, unironically, the popping is what came up more.
Yeah.
And then we play 2 copies of Prodigy, which allows us to go into our bigger heroes as well as Caius.
Yeah.
1 copy of Edge, obviously it's a nerf, so it allows us to go into Gaia as well. And it's just pressure, constant pressure. 1 copy of Ocean, which is probably the worst card in the deck. Obviously it's just recursion, but it's also just 1500, so it just gets smacked. It never lives to 2 turns, but you need it. And then play obviously the 2 copies of Mali. So, and the genius thing about this card is that obviously you can play Grepher.
Yeah.
So originally I was playing AK, but this card just became absolutely insane because you could obviously Rota search it, and if you have this from either like searching from the Stratos or just in your hand, you can pinch it and then just dump Plague.
Sure.
And then you just immediately have a level 8 synchro.
Yeah, so like Stardust and
It's great as well for follow-up because you don't have to do this immediately. So if you draw like a brick or something like Spine Gilman, perfect example, it just means you can bring it back and then banish the Mali. So that way the Gilman that's gone on top is now just shuffled in. So you're not going to get the brick anymore. But I found it to be super consistent. The Grepher was definitely like the MVP of the whole day.
Sweet.
Obviously we've got our Diva package.
Yep.
I was playing 2 Gilman and I decided just to stop being wet about it and just play the 1.
Yeah.
Catasta, as a result, I played 2 Theories on the today.
Yeah.
And Catasta was just doing everything it needed to do.
Yeah.
And then 1 ofs, play 1 copy of Sengun, 1 Treeborn, which you have to, 1 copy of Dad, and 1 copy of Gauze.
Yeah. Just the power one off.
Just the power 1-ofs. So moving on for spells, 1 copy of Fufu, and obviously 3 copies of Instant Fusion, Miracle Fusion. So always 9 times out of 10 you're going to be setting Mali and Treeborn.
Yeah.
So it's just recursion as well as just obviously constant pressure. I played 2 3 searches. Obviously 1 copy of Roto, 1 copy of Emergence Equal, and then 1 copy of Goldstark.
Yeah.
Really on this, the card that I actually lost me one of my games was I banished Fufu, and I actually did it way too late.
Yeah.
But then another game I actually found myself, the one that was actually banishing the most to search was actually Rota.
Yeah.
Just constant. 1 copy of Lure.
Yep.
Self-explanatory. 2 Stealers. So main did this. I was sliding for the longest time, but decided to main it, and I was very happy I did. Just removal.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. It's more power 1-ofs.
Explain themselves, right? Really.
Yeah. Traps. 2 copies of Prism. 2 copies of Bottomless. Super Explanatory. Now I'll just juicy. No 1-ofs. Rageki Break being the biggest, because obviously you can ditch Mali, ditch Plague.
Yeah. Unclog your hands, right?
Unclog your hands. That's brilliant. That's main deck, so it's 41 cards.
Yep.
So extra. Super standard stuff. Playing 3 AZs, probably best plus monster in my opinion. Playing the 1 card, a copy of Guy, which did not come up at all. And then playing the 1 copy of Chimera, which actually did come up. And or just super standard stuff. Your Armory, Catasta, Android, Brio, Goyo, Black Rose, Stardust, which I actually wish I played 2 copies of. The second one actually came up loads.
Yeah.
I actually maybe was thinking of replacing this. I also played a Dark End as well as the Mist one. I actually wanted to play the Colossal Fighter, but actually the Mist one actually did come up. Actually came up quite a few times. Obviously, if you're turn 1, you happy just to normal summon the Stratos, and if you have the DIVA for next turn, you're just going to be bouncing through and just doing a massive pressure. So side deck.
Yep.
1 copy of Fossil Diner.
Yep.
That's all you need. It didn't really come up. There's just extra for going first.
So what were some matchups that you side these cards into?
Mostly the Mirror.
Yep.
Blackwings as well. Anything that can obviously go quite if it came up. And Fairies as well, just to stop the Christia. We're just trying to prevent the Christia. 2 copies of Cyber Dragon.
Yep.
And then
that was for like Machina, right?
Machina and like Hero Beat as well. Just obviously get past it.
Yeah.
The card which actually was the MVP for the side, I played 2 copies of Thunder King.
Yeah.
So it obviously stops searching, and again as well just stops the bigger plays as well.
Sure.
So 1 copy of Lightning Vortex, so against discard, unclogs the hand.
Yep.
And then my actual favourite card for the side is I played 2 copies of Knock.
Yep.
So obviously stops the Raikou, and it also means when you're playing hyper aggressively, the first thing in the mindset is just to set another card.
Yeah.
You just bin it.
Yeah, I saw a lot of hamsters and Raikous throughout the day, so
yeah.
Knock seemed really good.
In like decks like Fairies, where Raikou was actually really apparent,
yeah.
it was almost, put the game on the spot immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was really happy with that. The actual card, which again came up loads, Royal Decree.
Yeah.
I actually think I'm going to consider maining this in the future. Just stops everything. I played 2 copies of Deck Dev, which didn't actually really come up. 1 Compulse, and then the 2 Card Rippers. So 1 copy of Mind Control and 1 Draft Trash Tube.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Great. So what sort of matchups do you play and what do you lose to? Because you went 4-1 in the end, right?
Yes. So the only one I actually lost to was the gentleman who came second, which was Hero Beat. I played 2 Fairies, 1 Dragon, and then 1 Mirror.
Yeah, so there's a lot of variety, right? So you know, Edison's one of these formats where you're going to play a hell of a lot of decks, and then there was even some, there's no Lightsworn. I didn't see any Lightsworn in the tournament, and there's a lot of variety that
there was a little bit of Lightsworn, admittedly, but after the majority of the actual tournament had concluded, there wasn't.
Yeah, because the top 8 was like
most
varied.
Most of it was definitely Via.
Yeah. So you got any shout outs? Anyone helped you test?
Oh, I mean, obviously Luke Bennett is my massive testing partner. He's the majority of it. Shout out to everyone who obviously participated. Obviously, shout out to yourself, Jack Bourne, all the lads who obviously go and shout out to DV Grinder as well.
Right. Hopefully, we'll see you at more Edison events, and we'll see everyone else there as well.
Perfect. Thank you.